Hello everyone, welcome to the session on determinants of personality. In the last session we saw how a course on gender sensitization is the need of the hour since discrimination, harassment and violence are rampant in our society and most of them are gender based. Communicating with people of other gender is part of our everyday life and career, and we have to be conscious of what we do or say so that we don't hurt the feelings of others, leading to a just world. We also saw how for an egalitarian society we need not eliminate diversity, instead integrate it into some form of unity. In this session, we are going to see the determinants of personality. Personality, as you all know, is defined as the characteristic sets of behaviors, conditions, and emotional patterns that evolve from biological and environmental factors. Today, we are going to see the personality determinants of biological and environmental factors. Considering the biological factors of personality, we have the brain, the physical factors, and the heredity factors. Taking into consideration the physical factors, we say that if the appearance of a person is good, then we consider that person to have a good personality. The factors that contribute to our appearance can be our height, whether we are tall or short, our complexion, are we fair or dark skinned, our constitution, whether we are fat or thin, our general health, and how handsome or beautiful we are. All these contribute to our personality. Our heredity factors also play a role. We are, of course, our parents' children. Look at this picture. Our physical factors indeed contribute to our personality, but we are not always what we want us to look like. Some of us do not have good physical features that make us think that our personality is good. Here you see a variety of people, all very different from one another. To fit our concept of personality, what do? We make some biological modifications. If we are not tall, we wear high heel shoes to make us look tall. If we are fat, we wear tight-fitting clothes to make ourselves look thin. If we are not fair, we use some whitening creams. We take into consideration even the alignment of our teeth to contribute to our personality and wear braces. Even the color of our lips matter. To redden our lips, we use lipstick. What we are born with is something natural and cannot be changed, but we try to make genetic modifications even to suit our ideal personality. Our environmental factors are not what we are born with, but where we are placed. So, we could make modifications to the environment we live in by making a few modifications to enhance our personality. We'll see what these environmental factors are. They include our family and society, our culture, and the situation we are placed in. Today we will see only family and society as factors that determine our personality. Who are the external socializing agents who bring about modifications to our personality? They are our parents, teachers, peers, colleagues, and media. We have to admit that the influence of these agents in modifying our personality is quite strong on us, but our willpower to fit in our concept of personality must be stronger than them. In spite of environmental factors changing our personality, we have to admit that it is in our hands to mold our personality. Just as we overcome even biological factors to improve our personality, we have to act on the environmental factors to strengthen our personality. How to bring in these modifications? By being open-minded, by accepting people as they are, by having respect for diversity, and last, accepting of inclusion in society. We must be ready to accommodate and appreciate the variety of people out there in society. Then that will determine our personality for sure. I hope you all agree with me when I say the determinants of personality are in our hands. Thank you.